Hello, guys. Good morning. Actually, no, good afternoon. Good afternoon, girls. Good to see you. So, welcome to one more class. Today is August 31st, the last day of the month, and today is Wednesday. So, welcome. This is the 3:30 p.m. class, and this is Wide Angle 3. We are doing Unit 7 in this class. And that means we are halfway through the book. Actually, more than that. We have 12 units and we are doing Unit 7. So we are over 50%. So we are almost finishing Unit 7. And today we are going to do Unit 7.4, pages 84 and 85. All right. So that's awesome. It means next week on Monday, we finish Unit 7. How nice, isn't it, girls? So last class, we talked about the future of language. We saw some vocabulary about the future of language. We saw some loan words, words that we borrow from other languages and we use in our language. Like, for example, words that we borrowed from French. We have toilet, croissant. We have bras for brassiere, right? We have a lot of words. I can't remember them all, but we all have loan words. And in English, yeah, we have a lot. Okay. Then we saw grammar, adverbs, intensifiers. So we talked about intensifiers, right? So how we can use intensifiers to make something bigger, an adjective, for example, right? So we saw how we can intensify adjectives. All right, we can use some intensifiers. The homework was online practice, unit 7.3. And I guess we had a worksheet there, right? So yes, look, there was a worksheet here. So you can do this worksheet until next week, no problem. All right. This is for you to study during the week. There are some files here. We had this YouTube video on intensifiers for you to take a look, right? Something here about the future of language. And here we have a video or a site. Yeah, it's a site talking about some loan words. So they will show here how many English words we have that are actually borrowed from other languages. Okay. So this one here talks about adverbs of degree. All right. So, my goodness, strange things are happening here today. Yeah, there are some crazy things happening. Can't tell you, but yeah, just laughing. So today we move on to 7.4. Let's open our books then to page 84. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, here we are. Great. Can you see that, people? Yeah? Awesome. Really good. All right. So here we have hello, Rebecca. Good afternoon.
Hi, teacher.
Good to see you, dear. Welcome. How are you today? Are you okay? Yes? All right. Good. So we are doing unit 7.4. Okay, Rebequinha. Let me tell you the page 84. Okay, so if you have your book, please open your book to page 84. So let me write it down here. Okay. All right. So the title of the lesson is I'm not sure about that. So what is this lesson about? Today, we are going to talk about agreeing and disagreeing, okay? How can we do that in a polite way, all right? So take a look at the pictures. What can you see in the pictures? Yes, we have the student here. Do you remember his name? What is his name? Let me try to make it a little bigger for your sake. So this is Andy, remember? And obviously he is at college, probably talking to a teacher, a professor, actually, right? And this one here might be another student, I don't know. It looks like a student. He looks like a student to me. And then here we have another professor coming in and joining the conversation. All right. So let's see. What are they talking about? Probably. What do you think? Probably they are talking about maybe some project, something they are developing there. Because sometimes when you go to college, you need to work on projects and then you need to talk to the professor to ask for advice on how to do it. So, probably something related to a project or maybe a training course, because when you get to the end of college, you should at least try to find a place to practice what you learned. So some places they call it a training course, and then you become a trainee, all right? So maybe they are talking about it. We don't know, right? So let me share the screen again. All right, sorry, Rebequinha. Yes, we're back. Good. So let's take a look again here and see what's happening, right? So how open are you to new ideas? When you have a conversation, are you open to new ideas, new opinions, or different opinions? Complete the questionnaire and then discuss in a group. What do your answers have or say about you? Let's say here we have the following statements, okay? And here we have how you see the statements here. If you strongly agree, if you just agree, if you are neutral, if you disagree, and here if you strongly disagree, okay? So let's take a look at the first one. In a discussion, I do most of the talking. So try to remember at school when you were doing something like brainstorming or talking in a group of people, like having a discussion. Discussion here, Rebecca, is not something negative, right? A discussion can be something super positive, and it is usually, right? So it's usually something positive. All right. Hello, Kawani. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Okay, so in a discussion, I do most of the talking. So what do you think? Hey, good to see you, Kawani. How nice. Manu was about to join our class, but then I don't know what happened. She entered, but she actually didn't enter. I don't know where she is, so I'll send her a message. So Kawani, we're doing page 84, okay? This is unit 7.4. All right? We're doing a discussion about how we deal with different opinions. Okay, so we are discussing the first activity here, and the question is, how open are you to new ideas or other people's opinions? In order to find out whether or not we are open, let's answer these questions here. The first one, in a discussion, I do most of the talking. So here I was explaining that discussion is not like in Portuguese, something that we would call an argument. No, a discussion is when you sit down to talk about something that is of common interest. Then you sit and discuss. All right, it's like a conversation. Okay. Usually, when we work in a group at school or at college, we have discussions to reach agreements and to find out the solution to problems. Okay. So let's say here in the first one, is that the way you feel? You do most of the talking, or you stay quiet and you listen more? So if you do most of the talking, then you can say, I agree or I strongly agree. But if you just listen to your friends and you don't talk so much, you can say, no, I disagree. Okay? And if you are absolutely sure that you don't say much, you just give one or two pieces of advice, like you try to keep quiet and listen more. So then you say, oh, I strongly disagree. Okay, because I'm always very quiet, I don't talk much, and so on. Okay, so this is something for you to do individually because it's personal. So you should read the sentences and choose the best answers. Okay. I will give you, let's say, 2 minutes to answer, um, to give your opinion here. Okay. So let me time you for that. Just a moment. All right. Okay. You can begin. Okay, girls. Yes, are you done? Good. So let's see what you've got. Let's see the second one. I can express. Have you finished? Yay. How nice, Manu. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome. Hello, dear. Good to see you. So, Manu, we're doing page 84. Okay. This is the page. Let me show you. Here we go. Unit 7.4. Okay, I'm not sure about that. We are talking here, we are actually doing the first activity. Okay, and the question is, we've already discussed the pictures briefly, and the question here is, how open are you to new ideas or other people's opinions? So they want to know if we are open to different opinions and stuff. So for that, we should try to complete this questionnaire that has 6 statements, and then you should say if you agree or disagree, or if you are neutral, if you are, or if you strongly disagree or strongly agree. Okay? So I gave the first example. In a discussion, I do most of the talking. So here I said I disagree. In my case, I don't really like saying much. I say something, but I don't usually do most of the talking, right? In a class, yes, because I have to conduct the class. I'm a teacher. But out of a class, when it's just a discussion, I don't say much, right? Now, number 2, I can express my opinion confidently. So, okay, I agree. In my opinion, I think I can do that when it's necessary. Okay. And then you should choose the best one for you. Okay. Because this is really personal. Number 3, I don't usually change my mind. That is not very good. So I would say I disagree, because sometimes we learn new things and then we change our minds, right? About things. So it's not always like that. Oh, I'm right and no, we aren't, because nobody's perfect. So we are always learning. Okay. I don't know about you or how you feel, but the next one, I am always honest about what I think. Oh, yeah, that is something I strongly agree. Okay. Now, I often take advice from other people. Yeah, that is something I agree. I think it's necessary to talk to other people so we can learn more about a subject or a situation. Okay, so and then I listen to others and give them time to talk. Okay, that is something I do. What about you guys or girls? What do you have there? Any differences? No, is everything pretty much the same? Okay,
Yes.
yes, good. Thank you. So let's see number two. What do you do when you disagree with someone? What do you think? Yeah, we usually say that, or we don't say anything, we just listen, right? Because sometimes if you say something, maybe the other person is not ready to hear. So it depends on the situation, right? If you are talking to a friend, then it's okay to say that you disagree. But if you are talking to someone you don't know very well, it's dangerous to disagree. So, do you always tell them, no, it depends on the person I'm talking to, right? So, for the same reason, why not? We never know, right? How the person will react. So, it's difficult. How do you feel when someone disagrees with you? I I feel a little frustrated because I think um, it's difficult sometimes to pass our messages across or to make ourselves understood. It's not very easy. And when somebody disagrees, I have, this is something really personal, I have the feeling that the person didn't understand what I meant. So there is first this feeling of frustration. Then I understand that the person got the message and really disagrees. And then I try to understand the person's point of view. So, but at the first moment, my first impression is that the person didn't understand because I have some problems sometimes um, to explain things, especially when they are very complicated. I feel it's really hard. So maybe the person doesn't understand. Then, if the person gets the idea and disagrees, then I try to understand why and maybe learn something with that, right? There is always a chance to learn something new. So let's take a look at the video and then choose our answers. Okay, here we have four people, right? Gina, Sam, Andy, and Kathy. At the first moment, I wouldn't ask you to write anything. Don't worry about the questions here now. Just watch the video and enjoy. Okay? Just try to understand the situation, okay, in general. All right? So don't worry about the exercise. So let's do this.
So, which workshop should I take first? Writing for the law or reading strategies?
What do you think, Jenna?
Well, I think reading strategies are very important. That workshop helped me a lot.
You're right. I'm thinking about taking that one first.
Really? I'm not sure about that. It sounds so boring.
The reading workshop isn't boring at all. The professor is great.
We'll have to read a lot of philosophy books, Sam.
Really? Okay, maybe reading strategies can be fun, but we're gonna have to write well.
I see what you're saying. But to be a better writer, you need to be a good reader.
That's right, Andy.
Oh, no way, I don't agree at all.
Well, I think Jenna is right.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Kathy, what are your thoughts? Do good readers make good writers?
Actually, yes.
Could you explain your thinking?
Read my email, and you have 15 minutes to reply with your choice.
Okay, all right. So let's take a look at the situation here. Actually, here, nobody is a professor. They are three students, three classmates having a discussion. All right, good. So, what are they discussing? What are they talking about? Exactly. Yes, they're talking about a workshop that they want to attend. Do you know the meaning of workshop? Let me write it down for you here. What is a workshop? A workshop is like a seminary, like in Portuguese, seminário. It's usually a moment of learning, exchanging of ideas, learning how to do something sometimes, right? There are workshops where you actually have hands-on experience on something, so it's really good. You learn how to do things. And they mention some different workshops, okay? So they are learning events, okay? All right. Now, they are discussing which workshop to pick because they are all students at the university there. They do, I think, they are trying to go to law school maybe. So they're doing the first year of college where they have a chance to choose what they want to do later. And they are deciding which workshop is best for them, lawyers to be. Okay, so each one gives a suggestion. Oh, I think this is better. Oh, this one is better. Andy talks about a workshop that involves learning how to write better. Okay, so let's see now the video again, but with a focus on answering the exercises. Okay, let's see the sentences here, the questions. Number one, who has taken the reading strategies workshop? So who has already done this workshop? Okay. Who thinks the reading workshop will be boring? Okay. Who feels reading strategies are important? Number four, who prefers writing to reading? And who will email to explain their preference? Okay, so here, let me tell you the name of the students. We have Andy, Sam, Gina, and Kathy. So here, this is Andy, this is Gina, and this is Sam. Okay? And probably, yes, this is Professor Kathy. So let's take a look at the video one more time. And now let's try to choose who did these things. Okay? So let's go.
So, which workshop should I take first? Writing for the law or reading strategies?
What do you think, Jenna?
Well, I think reading strategies are very important. That workshop helped me a lot.
You're right. I'm thinking about taking that one first.
Really? I'm not sure about that. It sounds so boring.
The reading workshop isn't boring at all. The professor is great.
We'll have to read a lot of philosophy books, Sam.
Really? Okay. Maybe reading strategies can be fun, but we're gonna have to write well.
I see what you're saying. But to be a better writer, you need to be a good reader.
That's right, Andy.
Oh, no way. I don't agree at all.
Well, I think Jenna is right.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Kathy, what are your thoughts? Do good readers make good writers?
Actually, yes.
Could you explain your thinking?
Read my email, and you have 15 minutes to reply with your choice.
All right, people. So Kathy is the professor, and when Sam asks her opinion, she says, read my email, and you have 15 minutes to answer with your choice. That means they have to choose which workshop they want to attend. Okay? So let's see the first one. Who has taken the reading strategies group or the reading strategies workshop? Who has done that one? What do you think? Yes, very good, Gina, right? She has already done that. Number two, who thinks the reading workshop will be boring? Yes, Sam, he doesn't like reading. Actually, he doesn't like writing, right? So he's afraid of writing there. So he goes, oh no, the reading workshop is boring. Now, who feels reading strategies are important? I guess both of them. Actually, no, Sam and Andy. Okay. Who prefers writing to reading? So, well, it seems that Gina and Andy again, but let's choose Andy first, and then we can watch the video again and check it out, okay? Now, who will email to explain their preference? Sam, but in reality, I guess all the students have to email the professor to give their preference, right? But then she tells Sam to do it in 15 minutes. All right. So actually, here probably only Sam and Andy need to give their answer to the professor, okay, about their choice. So let's listen once again and watch once again, sorry, so we can sort out question number 4 and question number 5, okay? So let's do this.
So, which workshop should I take first? Writing for the law or reading strategies?
What do you think, Jenna?
Well, I think reading strategies are very important. That workshop helped me a lot.
You're right. I'm thinking about taking that one first.
Really? I'm not sure about that. It sounds so boring.
The reading workshop isn't boring at all. The professor is great.
We'll have to read a lot of philosophy books, Sam.
Really? Okay. Maybe reading strategies can be fun, but we're gonna have to write well.
I see what you're saying. But to be a better writer, you need to be a good reader.
That's right, Andy.
Oh, no way. I don't agree at all.
Well, I think Jenna is right.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Kathy, what are your thoughts? Do good readers make good writers?
Actually, yes.
Could you explain your thinking?
Read my email, and you have 15 minutes to reply with your choice.
Okay, girls. So let's go back to our questions here. Who prefers writing to reading? I guess Sam. Yes, because Sam, he wants to write, but he doesn't like reading, right? Yeah, in his opinion, reading is boring. So, guess Sam likes that. And who will email to explain their preference? Sam and Andy. They have to reply to the teacher, right? Which workshop they want. So I guess this is what we got from the video, right? So let's check the answers. Yay! Let's see why we missed number 3. Who feels reading strategies are important? I understood Gina, Sam saying yes, maybe Kathy, all right, the professor. Yeah, because she also likes that. We missed that one, okay? So let's see the answers here. Okay. So here they are saying Sam believes that reading strategies are important, but I totally disagree. Here, I don't think Sam likes that. Actually, he doesn't like reading. So I agree, the professor was missing here, okay? So let's put Gina, Andy, and Kathy for number 3, okay? Sam, no, he doesn't like reading. And he doesn't believe reading strategies are important, okay? So now everything is right. Okay, people, let's move on. In the box here, real world English, we have the topic disagreeing. So how can you disagree, but in a polite way? So look, if you disagree with someone, the topic, situation, and your relationship with the person influence how you choose to disagree. For differences of opinion about a serious topic or a disagreement with your boss, you may try to avoid disagreement by being less direct, okay? Being less direct often means using sentences that are more complex to avoid saying that you disagree directly. So this is a very important technique when you are talking to someone that is higher than you or in authority and you disagree with that person, okay? So it's important to think over before you say something, okay? So we should be less direct, okay? So here, that's what they say. So we should avoid saying that you disagree or we disagree directly, we're suggesting that you are unsure about your position, okay? So we should say things like, I'm not sure if I agree, or have you thought about da-da-da, okay? For simple topics or with someone you know well, you can be more direct by saying that you disagree and using shorter sentences. In those situations, it's common to say, really? To show you disagree. In either case, try to show that you understand the other person's opinion before you disagree. So it's also nice to show the other person that you totally understand how he or she feels, right? Before we disagree. Or not even the feeling, but the idea, okay? So look at these expressions from the video, okay? Write each expression in the correct place in the chart, okay? So here we have more direct and less direct, okay? The first one is for disagreeing, okay? So here we have, I'm sorry, but I don't see it that way. Okay, less direct. That's not quite what I think. Okay, guys, do you understand the meaning of these sentences? Are they clear to you? Yes? So when I say that's not quite what I think, I'm saying não é bem o que eu penso. Okay? That's not quite what I think. And here, I don't see it that way. It's like, eu não vejo dessa forma. Okay? Now, how can we be more direct disagreeing? Let's get an example from the box. So here we have a more direct example, okay? Exactly like you said, I don't agree at all. This is really more direct, okay? And then less direct. I'm not sure about that, okay? All right? Now, accepting but disagreeing. So here you can say, yeah, but I don't think, or, well, that's a good point, but, okay. Less direct. Really, I agree with that, but, okay. Now, number 3, what can you put there? I see what you're saying. Very good. But, so when you say that, you are showing the other person that you understand what he or she is saying. Okay? So I see what you're saying, but, okay? Now, asking for an explanation. This is the 3rd step. You can say in a more direct way, what makes you think that? Or why do you say that? Okay. Less direct. Would you mind saying more? And then you can also say, could you explain your thinking? Okay. All right. Checking the answers. Yes, everything correct. Okay, guys. So it's nice to take a picture, right? So you can have an idea and have those phrases hanging. There is a child here, and he is really happy. That's why he's screaming. So, okay, make sure you have the sentences because they may be in your test. Okay. Now, people, to have more examples and to see what a real native speaker has to say about agreeing and disagreeing, I would like to share a video with you. Okay, so let's take a look there. Let me just open up here. Oh, right. Can you see that? Yes, the video page. So this is a video with Alicia, right? She's a native speaker and she gives mini lessons online. Her channel is very good. Actually, she has a lot of members there. And her videos usually have a lot of views. So this one will give us some expressions to agree or disagree with someone. Let's take a look there.
Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Vamos a la piscina. That means we're going to the movie theater, right? All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Alicia. Welcome back to Top Words. Today, we're going to be talking about must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Very useful. So let's go. Exactly. When you agree 100% with something someone else has said, you can say exactly. For example, ramen is one of the best foods in the world. Exactly. I don't agree. You have a different opinion from the other person. They tell you, I think that soccer is the best sport. You can say, I don't agree, but be prepared to provide your own opinion after this. I think soccer is the best sport. I don't agree. I think that football is. Oh, that could cause some problems. Soccer, football. Americans say football when we mean American football, but the rest of the world says football when they mean soccer. Maybe is when you don't know, when you can't make a decision or when you're not sure about something. Okay, so someone tosses you an opinion. Someone says their idea to you. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. You can say, yeah, maybe. You don't know for sure, yes or no, but it's possible. It's a good sort of in-between expression. But if you use maybe all the time, it's gonna sound really strange and it's gonna sound like you can't make a decision. So use maybe very sparingly. Don't use it so often. Maybe is very commonly used as a soft no. It's up to you to figure that out among the people that you're talking to, though. Do you want to stay over at my house this weekend? Maybe. I couldn't agree with you more. You are in complete agreement with the other person and really want to communicate that to them. You think that what they have just said is really correct, super correct. Yes, you are completely on board with that idea. You can say, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't, the negative form. I could not agree with you more, meaning it's not possible that I could agree more with what you're saying. Next week, it's really important that we have a barbecue because summer is ending. And then your friend can say, I couldn't agree more. That's a fantastic idea. I'll buy steak. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. This is a kind of, it seems like a simple phrase, agree to disagree. So you're agreeing with the other person. You agree that we have a different opinion. Agree to disagree. I would use this expression at the end of a discussion. So person A and person B have different opinions, and they've been discussing those opinions for a long time. And person A is not changing his or her opinion. Person B is not changing his or her opinion. So you can say at the end of the conversation, okay, we have to agree to disagree. Let's just accept our different opinions and move on in the conversation. You have a point there. This is not necessarily an agreement or disagreement phrase. It's a small agreement within a larger discussion. So maybe you've been discussing a topic for a long time and you've disagreed with the other person until this time. This person says something and you agree with that. Ah, you have a point there. So there's one thing that this person has said that you can agree with. You can say, you have a point there. I think that's correct, or I agree with that point. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Meaning, my feeling is the same as your feeling, or my opinion is the same as your opinion. That's exactly how I feel. Maybe you can use this if someone describes your feeling very accurately. For example, you can say, I feel like the company is really heading in a nice new direction. You can say, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I really like the new boss. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's soft. It's not so direct. It's not a hard, I disagree, but just, I don't think so. Of course, you can use it to discuss opinions, but you can also use it when you're making plans. Are you going to that party this weekend? I don't think so. It's not a disagreement, but it can be used as a negation phrase, a negative response to something. When used as an opinion, I think Chinese is the hardest language to learn. You can say, I don't think so. I think that Arabic is the hardest language to learn. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right means you're correct. Yes, I agree with you. I think that's the right information. I think that's the correct opinion. Just a very clear agreement phrase. You're right. It also has the nuance of being correct. So maybe there was a possibility the other person could be incorrect. Did you know that pepperoni pizza is the most delicious pizza in the world? Yes. You're right. So you could change it to that's right for that opinion. You can use your to talk specifically about the person itself, but that's right. Yes, that's right. That information is correct. I guess so. I guess so. It's an agreement, but it's sort of a flaky agreement. I guess so. It's like you don't really want to make a decision, but you don't feel strongly in one, like in agreement or disagreement. You can say, I guess so. It's usually said with this tone of voice, I guess so. You know, we don't really say, I guess so. Generally, it's like you can't quite make a decision or you don't want to make a decision. You can say, I guess so. Hey, we're going to go for Chinese food for dinner tonight. Do you want to come? Yeah, I guess so. You don't feel strongly either way. I guess so. I'm afraid I disagree. It's a rather polite expression that you can use in a business situation, for example. I'm afraid here doesn't mean I'm actually scared or I'm really frightened, but just it's a softener that's used at the beginning of sentences to introduce a negative opinion. So I'm afraid I disagree, or I'm afraid I can't agree with you, for example. I think that you need to adopt a new policy for your company. I'm afraid I disagree. It's a soft disagreement that sounds a bit more formal than some of the other phrases we've talked about so far. Absolutely. Absolutely means 100%. Yes, exactly. Precisely. Definitely. It's a quick and clear and can be polite as well as casual word that means you agree with the other person. Hey, do you want to go to the beach this weekend? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that's the end. So those are some phrases that you can use to agree and disagree with other people. There are a lot of them, and you can kind of mix and match them as you see fit. So give them a try. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Playa's Beach. Okay.
Yes, that's really nice, isn't it? So I will post this video for you there on Google Classroom so you can access this video later on and then write down the phrases she mentioned, right? It's really useful. Okay, back to our book. Let me zoom out here. So in this lesson today, we talked about agreeing and disagreeing. And we saw the video from the boys, right? Andy and his friends, giving us an example on how to agree or disagree. I would like to watch the video one more time before we go and try to notice the phrases they use, okay? Just for the sake of, you know, having more vocabulary and illustrating the topic, okay, we are discussing today. So let's take a look at the video one more time, and we are going to take notes of the instances or the moments when they agree or disagree. Okay? So let's do that.
So, which workshop should I take first? Writing for the law or reading strategies?
What do you think, Jenna?
Well, I think reading strategies are very important. That workshop helped me a lot.
You're right. I'm thinking about taking that one first.
Really? I'm not sure about that. It sounds so boring.
The reading workshop isn't boring at all. The professor is great.
We'll have to read a lot of philosophy books, Sam.
Really? Okay, maybe reading strategies can be fun, but we're gonna have to write well.
I see what you're saying. But to be a better writer, you need to be a good reader.
That's right, Andy.
Oh, no way, I don't agree at all.
Well, I think Jenna is right.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Kathy, what are your thoughts? Do good readers make good writers?
Actually, yes.
Could you explain your thinking?
Read my email, and you have 15 minutes to reply with your choice.
All right, so now let's make a list of the phrases they used, okay? So we can sum it up. Here we go. Sam starts by saying, so which workshop should I take first? Da, da, da. And then Andy asks Gina. And then she says, I think reading strategies are very important. That workshop helped me a lot. And then how does Andy agree with Gina? He says, you're right. Okay, super direct. You're right. And then he goes on by saying, I'm thinking about taking that one first. Okay, so you're right is a nice way to agree. Then Sam has a different opinion. He says, really? I'm not sure about that. Okay, so, and then he gives his opinion in a more direct way by saying, it sounds so boring. Okay, so first he says, really? I'm not sure about that. Okay, so please make sure you write the examples down. Okay. Then Gina goes on to explain her opinion about reading. Okay, so she says, reading workshop isn't boring at all. The professor is great. Then Andy says, we'll have to read a lot of philosophy books, Sam. Then Sam again shows that he disagrees. He says, really? Okay, maybe reading strategies can be fine, but we're gonna have to write well. So he's not convinced, okay? So again, he says, really? Okay. Then Andy uses a nice technique. He shows he understands and then disagrees with Sam. He says, I see what you're saying, but to be a better writer, you need to be a good reader. That's his argument, okay? So here, I see what you're saying, but this is a nice way when we want to disagree politely. And when you notice that the other person is insisting on something that you don't really agree with, okay? Now, Gina agrees with Andy. She says, that's right, Andy. Then Sam, he feels isolated in the discussion. So he goes, oh, no way. I don't agree at all. Now he's super direct, okay? I don't agree at all. Of course, he can use this phrase because he's talking to his classmates, right? He isn't talking to his professors or anybody in a position that requires more respect. So he's talking to his classmates. It's informal, okay? Then Andy, again, shows that he agrees with Gina. He says, well, I think Gina's right. Okay. Then Professor Kathy enters the room and she says, hey, hello, everyone. What's going on? And then Andy asks the professor a question about her opinion. Okay, what are your thoughts? Do good readers make good writers? The professor simply says, actually, yes. Then Sam asks for explanation, okay, because he disagrees. So he says, could you explain your thinking? All right. And then the professor says, read my email. And you have 50 minutes to reply with your choice. This choice here is which workshop he wants to attend, okay? But first, he should read her email. Probably there, she explains the importance of the workshop, okay? So this is a very nice discussion, and we can see a lot of examples of agreeing and disagreeing, of course, in an informal way, but in a polite way, okay? All right, girls. So here we've come to the final part, okay? And we've just done exercise number 6, okay? Where we should watch the video again and notice how the strategies and expressions help people disagree with each other, okay? And then they come with this question, who is the most direct, okay? Sam, Andy, or Gina? So according to the video, Sam is direct sometimes, right? Especially when he says, I don't agree at all, right? So I guess he is the most direct. So now in the final part, we have a suggestion for a discussion. They go, which is more important for you? Improving your reading or writing? So we can share our opinion about that. What do you think? Which one is more important in your opinion? Does anybody have an opinion about that? So in my opinion, let me share my opinion with you. I guess you should improve your reading because like Andy said, and Gina agrees, good readers make better writers. So the more you read, the better it is for you. You write better and you speak better. I noticed that I speak better when I read more. So when I stop reading, I have problems speaking and even writing. Okay, so it's very important to read something in the language that you are learning, no matter the language. Okay, if you're learning Spanish, read things in Spanish. If you're learning English, try to read things in English, right? either online or a book. Okay, so there is a very nice site. I don't know if I have shared this site with you before, but it's a very good site. Let me see if I can show you. It helps you to practice, and I guess part of the site is free. Let me see if I remember here. Yeah, I got it. All right. So the name of the, let me try to minimize here because it's very, yeah, that's the way it is. The name of the site is Z Library, okay? So you can go to articles or books, right? And suppose you click here, you click on books, you will find lots of books in English, okay? Can you see that? Yeah, good. So here you can search for a specific author or title, okay? And you can even search using the ISBN code of the book or the publisher, okay? And then here, look, lots of books in English, okay? So let's suppose we want to read this one, Games People Play, okay? So I can click on this book and they will have a brief summary of the story or the book, okay? And you can, let me see here. They have the number, the page numbers and everything, the PDF file format, 81 pages, okay? The publisher, the year it was published, 1973. Here you have a better view of the book cover, okay? So, and let me try to see here how to open it, because let me see. This is the author, and then you can find more books by the same author. So let's try to get this one here. Maybe they have a link for us. Ah, okay. So here I found the other edition by the same author, okay? Games People Play by Eric Byrne. And when you don't find this download available, you can try to find by clicking on the author, you can find another edition available to download. And then you can look, you can send to Kindle if you have Kindle. If you don't, you can simply download, okay? So I clicked here on download, and of course, you're going to read the PDF file, okay, of the book. It's downloading here, look. I'm downloading to the computer in the classroom, okay? So now let me click on the book here. It was very fast, actually. Let me try to open via Adobe, because in your computer, you should have the PDF reader, so you can open the file, okay? You can have this, you can access this library from your cell phone, okay? So I'm opening the book, okay, guys? So it's super simple. Let me try to show you here. Just a moment. Let me try one more time. Because you need to have the reader, like the PDF reader, installed so you can open the file. Yeah, it's kind of taking a while. Let me try again. Let me convert to PDF. I think it's better. Okay. So I got it. In order to convert a book to PDF so we can open, we need to sign in, okay? We need to sign in. So let me see if I can. I don't know if I have already signed in. Probably yes. Let me see. Mm. Yeah, I can't remember now. I haven't really signed in yet. I know the site, but I haven't started using because I have my physical books in English that I read. But in case you don't have the physical book to read, you can try the site. The only thing you have to do is you need to have a PDF reader or Adobe reader in your cell phone so you can open the PDF file, okay? You click here and then you select convert to PDF, all right? And then to do that, you have to sign in, of course. Okay, guys? But there are tons of books available, a lot of books, okay, that you can really enjoy. Look, and they are free. Okay, the moment you download the books, they will be in PDF, but that's okay. No problem. Okay, you can read a little every day. All right, girls. Okay, so Z Library. Very good. Okay. So back to our page on Google Classroom. What did we learn today? What did we talk about today? So let me just maximize a little bit. Today we talked about disagreeing, agreeing and disagreeing, actually, right? So it was our English for Real lesson. We saw Andy in a discussion with some classmates about a workshop that they should choose to do, okay? And the homework for this lesson today is online practice, unit 7.4. Okay, guys, so do your homework and try to check the files here as well. I will post the video I showed to you today, and I will also post the link to the site, okay, so you can read some books in English. Okay, girls. So try to do that. Don't forget. So let's stop presenting here. Thank you so much for coming. Rebecca, Kawani, Manu, have a great weekend. All right. And I hope to see you on Monday. Take care, girls. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye bye, teacher. See you next week.
Bye,
Bye, teacher.
Bye, girls. Thank you. Bye-bye.